In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 theme teams in Madden 25 Ultimate Team right now. With the release of the playoffs promo, we are getting a bunch of new cards that are basically adding to some of the best theme teams in the game. But it's been a while since I've actually ranked the best theme team, so I wanted to make another video. You either could be trying to build a theme team because maybe it is your favorite team, or maybe you just want to have the best theme team in the game because of the boost and the stats that you can get with it. If you wanted to build a hybrid theme team, you could definitely do that, and I would recommend building that with two of the teams from this list. At number 10 on this list, I'm going to put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was going to be either between the Bucs or the Rams at number 10, but I think the Bucs have better skill player cards. The Bucs are missing some key O-linemen, right tackle, maybe even left guard, you could argue, but they really have good receivers. Julio Jones right here, or Deshaun Jackson. Jalen McMillan is a new card. He's pretty good as well. They have the zero chill Mike Evans. You even have down here zero chill Tom Brady. And they also have good running backs too. Warrick Dunn, one of the best running backs in the game as a team diamond. They also have Vita Vea down here if you wanted to run him. He's just a pretty fun card to use. Definitely not a great card, but a pretty fun card, especially on a theme team. And then this Rashad White is low-key actually good because he has 94 break tackle with 93 speed. And again, you could boost that up to 95 speed on a theme team. And at quarterback, you're going to have Baker Mayfield, who is definitely usable. Was one of the best quarterbacks in the game with free abilities. Not horrible, definitely not as good as he used to be now that the abilities have melted, but honestly, I think he'll play just fine. And who knows, since the Buccaneers are in the playoffs this year, they could win a couple games and get some more cards. I'm not saying they are, but it's a possibility. And that's one of the keys when picking a theme team right now, is picking a playoff team, because the further they go in the playoffs, the more cards they're going to get. They did just get this Cade Otton card, which 89 speed, definitely not the best, to be honest. As a 91, this is really messed up. They could have gave this card at least 91 speed, I think. But on the defensive side of the ball, they have Warren Sapp at free safety. They have a great right outside linebacker in Gronk, who I'd recommend usering. They have Carlton Davis at corner. They also have this Richard Sherman down here if you don't have this Aqib Talib. And then this new Tyke Smith, which you can upgrade, who actually gets a zone KO. I'm pretty sure it's mid-zone KO for 2 AP. Who's not horrible. He is a little short at 5'10". He would have 96 speed though and a zone KO, so definitely not a bad corner. I find it funny how many defensive tackles they have. They have Warren Sapp, they have Ndamukong Suh, they have Gerald McCoy, and they also have Vita Vea. Like, if you wanted to put some of these guys over at, you know, left end or right end, you definitely could, because they have so many defensive tackles and they don't really have the best edge rushers, to be honest. And they do have Jordan Whitehead at strong safety. This team, it's not the best theme team. I do think it is the number 10 theme team in the game. There's definitely some weaker points on this team. Again, when I'm showing these team teams, I'm not including all players right here, because if I did include all players, it's going to show me every team captain. It's going to show me cards like this Eli Manning, this Chris Johnson. And again, if you have some of those guys, Darnell Washington, if you have some of those guys, definitely use them. At number 9, I'm going to have the Kansas City Chiefs. They obviously got some new playoff cards, and they're probably going to get the most playoff cards potentially if they go to the Super Bowl again. They have Tyreek Hill at wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, but then you have a huge drop off in this Xavier Worthy right here. You could definitely use a filler spot right there. They have one of the best running backs in the game, if not the best, Peyton Hillis right here. He would have 95 speed on this theme team. Definitely would be the best running back in the game, in my opinion. They have 94 overall Patrick Mahomes, who doesn't have that 0 AP abilities anymore, but he's still not a horrible card, but he's definitely not as good as he used to be. At tight end, they have one of the best pass catching tight ends in the game, Travis Kelce, who has 94 speed. When we look at their defense though, it's not bad. It's just not great, a little outdated. This Ty Law down here is a pretty old card. He still has 92 speed, which is not bad. Trent McDuffie, LTD, 94 speed, that's not bad. Charvarius Ward with 93 speed. Corners are all good. They don't have a left end, which is not great. George Karlaftis is definitely going to get a card soon, though, I believe. They have Dontari Poe at defensive tackle, Chris Jones. Their right end's nothing special as a team builder card. At strong safety, they just got an upgrade today with Justin Reed, 95 overall. That's one of the best strong safeties in the game, if not the best. Free safety, though, they're still lacking with an old Tyrann Mathieu card with 89 speed, 5'9". Linebackers, not bad, but it's also not great. Their right outside and left outside linebackers are not bad either. They have a little bit of depth, but it's nothing crazy. In my advice, if you were trying to pick a theme team from this video, pick a theme team that you guys think is going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to have that promo, plus the playoffs promo, plus a Super Bowl MVP card. At number 8, this is definitely going to be a surprise to most of you, but I'm actually going to have the Tennessee Titans. Now, first off, you're going to see they have a very, very good O-line right here. This is a solid O-line, just like the Chiefs, though, so nothing crazy. They do have Jonnu Smith at tight end with 93 speed, who is a very, very good tight end. The only reason I have them in front of the Chiefs, though, is going to be their wide receiver room. You have Andre Johnson, you have Julio Jones, Khalif Raymond, and then DeAndre Hopkins over here. And at the running back, you are going to have the fastest in the game, Chris Johnson, who on a theme team will have 99 speed. Even on the Titans, you could either use Vince Young or you could use QB Derrick Henry. Really up to you. Vince Young's probably the better quarterback, but quarterback Derrick Henry is going to be way cheaper. And other than the free safety on the defense, this defense is very elite. It has a bunch of very, very good cards. Like at strong safety, you have Terrell Edmunds, 94 overall. At defensive tackle, you have one of the best run stoppers in the game, T'Vondre Sweat. At left end, you have Javon Curse. Your right end definitely could be better, but he's getting a legend card in about a day. At cornerback, you have Jason McCourty, Randy Moss, the best corner in the game, Sean Murphy Bunting, or Jarvis Brownlee Jr. I would just move this Sean Murphy Bunting up to free safety. You do have Vic Beasley at right outside linebacker, and then at user you have Jack Gibbons, who has 93 speed, 97 excel. And if you wanted to move your backup right outside linebacker Harold Landry, you can move him to left outside linebacker. A very, very elite defense in my opinion. At number 7, a team that just barely missed the playoffs, it's going to be the Atlanta Falcons. I do like this team a lot. I only see one weak spot on the O-line right here, and that's the left guard. But other than that, they have a very elite O-line. Jonnu Smith or this Kyle Pitts right here, who's going to be basically a very similar card to Jonnu Smith. They're going to play pretty similar. Wide receivers, they have Devin Hester, who 94 speed great. Julio Jones with 97 speed on the theme team. Michael Vick at quarterback, and even Michael Vick at running back if you wanted to. Then you also have Deion Sanders at wide receiver, who also would have 97 speed on the theme team. The offense of this theme carries this team so much, it's crazy. I'm not going to say it's a unusable team. The defense definitely needs some upgrades. Justin Simmons deserves a better card for sure. You do have a good right end and a good defensive tackle, and honestly a decent left end and Calais Campbell. Right outside linebacker, you have Vic Beasley. Matthew Judon at left outside linebacker. You have pretty good edge rushers over here. Not a lot of good middle linebackers or even backup safeties. Again, the safeties are kind of dry over here. Jesse Bates is not horrible, 94 speed on a theme team. But in my opinion, the only reason this theme is at 7 is because of this offense right here. A great offense. Right outside the top 5, I have the Washington Commanders at number 6. At O-line, they basically have old 90s, but right guard. If you wanted to move someone over, you definitely could. At tight end, you have this new Zach Ertz card with 92 speed. At wide receiver, you're going to have Deshaun Jackson, Terry McLaurin, Trent Scott, Deion Sanders, and Luke McCaffrey. And at running back, you have this Sean Alexander, Adrian Peterson, or Alfred Morris. Great running backs right there. And then at quarterback, you have Mark Sanchez or RG3. I would probably go RG3. But Mark Sanchez does have better discount abilities right now. On defense, you have some strong defenders, to be honest. Cameron Curl, Jeremy Chin, Ryan Clark, good user Bobby Wagner, good user Sean Taylor. You have a good right outside linebacker. And then you also have Brian Arakpo down here, which you could move up to middle linebacker if you wanted to. You have Bruce Smith at right end. Your only problem really is defensive tackle, who definitely needs some upgrades, but Montez Sweat at left end's not bad either. Corners, Troy Vincent, team captain's card. It's going to be one of your best corners. Paul Krause, though, also over here. And then D'Angelo Hall, 93 with 93 speed. I do really like this team. I think it's very, very solid. And if they are able to win some playoff games, they will definitely improve. But I have them just outside of the top 5. At number 5, I have the Detroit Lions. They just got this new Jameson Williams card, who is easily the best receiver in Madden right now with 96 speed. And there is a reason he's 5.3 million coins. They also did just get this Sam Laporta card, LTD tight end, 95 speed as well, 2 million coins. And they also still have Eric Ebron. You have Matthew Stafford at quarterback, or if you wanted to run Penei Sewell, you even could. They have AP at running back, and then David Montgomery. I would definitely run at running back. In receivers, you have Calvin Johnson still. You have this Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, or even St. Brown down here. The interior O-line of this team is honestly not great, but they're probably going to get some upgrades soon. CJ Gardner-Johnson at free safety, 3.7 million coins, unfortunately. Kyle Van Noy at right outside linebacker. Jalen Reeves-Maybin at left outside linebacker. Strong safety, Calvin Johnson. Aiden Hutchinson down at right ends. 94 overall, Ndamukong Suh at defensive tackle. And at corner, you're going to have Carlton Davis, Night Train Lane, and Haloti Ngata. And if the Lions are able to make a push in the playoffs this year, they are going to get a lot of cards, and they could possibly be one of the best teams in the game later on. At number 4, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Darnell Washington at tight end, Eric Ebron at tight end. Good O-line, mostly good O-line other than the right tackle. You have Michael Vick at running back or Michael Vick at quarterback. You also did just get this Russell Wilson card, who is going to have 3 AP Gunslinger. You have Cordell Stewart, who's very good, and James Conner. At wide receiver, Trent Scott, Quez Watkins, who has 95 speed base. Hines Ward, George Pickens down here with 92 speed base. I like this offense a lot. I think this is a very, very good offense. And obviously, because they're in the playoffs right now, there is a huge chance that they could get some more cards. Defensively, they're great too. TJ Watt, Terrell Edmunds, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, Ryan Clark, Minka Fitzpatrick, Rod Woodson, Joey Porter Jr., Mean Joe Green, Cameron Hayward. I mean, this defense is elite, other than right outside linebacker and maybe some extra cornerback depth. As we enter the top 3, though, I have the Philadelphia Eagles at number 3. One of the best theme teams in the game, no doubt. Great O-line other than center. Zach Ertz at tight end. Dallas Goedert at tight end, also a new card that you could upgrade. Julio Jones at wide receiver. Deshaun Jackson, Johnny Wilson, Michael Vick running back. Saquon Barkley is also down here. Or DeAndre Swift. At quarterback, you have Mark Sanchez and Vince Young, but you also do have that Michael Vick you could run. At fullback, you have the best fullback in the game, William Perry, who if you wanted to put him at running back, you could. He is an absolute beast. Defensively, you have one of the best defense in the game. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Nakobe Dean over here at middle linebacker, Ndamukong Suh at defensive tackle, Cooper DeJean at cornerback, Haloti Ngata, Reggie White at left end, Terrell Edmonds at strong safety, Christian Ellis at left outside linebacker. Some very, very strong cards on this list. William Perry is also down here, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I think this team just shines with a very, very all-around good team. If you wanted to move their backup right tackle, John Running at center, you could. And then also on the backup left end, Javon Curse, you could easily move him over to right ends and then have this right end and left end combo, one of the best in the game. I like this team a lot. I definitely think it's great, and that's why I have it at number 3. At number 2, I have the San Francisco 49ers, and I could totally see why you want to put them at number 3 and not number 2. Again, I think they have a very, very elite team. They're just missing a good quarterback. I'm not saying the Sam Darnold's horrible, but I'm definitely saying there are better options. Also at running back, you have Alfred Morris or the CMC, but you don't really have any of the new running backs. At wide receiver, you have Braylon Edwards, who's elite. Ed McCaffrey, honestly, on a theme team's not bad. Deion Sanders is also down here. At tight end, you have this George Kittle right here, one of the best blocking tight ends in the game, who also has 95 speed base. Or if you wanted to run 94 speed Vernon Davis, you could too. And at the O-line, basically all 90s, other than right tackle. You could move this Trent Williams over though. And on defense, great defense here. Malik Mustafa, Ronnie Lott, Fred Warner, Ricky Jackson, Randy Moss, Richard Sherman down here, or Rod Woodson, Shavarius Ward, DeForest Buckner at defensive tackle, DJ Jones, Jair Brown at strong safety, same with Jimmy Ward. Also, you have the new Charles Haley card from the Field Pass. Just, again, another elite team. If they did have a new Brock Purdy card, I think this could be the best team in the game. Obviously, with no playoffs cards, that's going to hurt them a little bit, but they are known to have usually the best team in Madden because of all their history. Still a great team to run, even though they're not in the playoffs. I would definitely recommend them, and that's why I have them at number 2. At number 1, not a surprise here, I don't think, we have the Baltimore Ravens. You have the best quarterback in the game who just went up about 600k coins because he is the only quarterback in this game with 2 AP gunslinger that's really the best. That's going to be Lamar Jackson. You have Cordell Stewart at running back. O-line might not be the best that you've seen on this whole entire list, but their O-line's still pretty good. More cards to come to. Tristan Colin, you can move over. Morgan Moses, you can move over. Todd Heap at tight end with only 91 speed. I know it's not great. They do have some of the best receivers in the game. Devin Hester, Deion Sanders, and a bunch of team diamond cards. On defense, Ed Reed, Geno Stone, Kyle Van Noy, Adalius Thomas, even this new Matthew Judon, Patrick Queen, Ray Lewis, Kyle Hamilton, new Marlon Humphrey card, 95 speed, Nate Wiggins card, 6'2", 96 speed, Rod Woodson. Right end, you have this new Broderick Washington, Calais Campbell at left end, and then Matabuke at defensive tackle. If they can win a few playoff games, they're going to get some more cards too. And I already think they're the best team, so with more playoff cards, easily the best team in the game. Definitely one of the best theme teams to start right now. That's basically going to do it for the top 10 theme teams in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe. I post Madden content daily. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.